Welcome to our Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I am delighted to be here with Kell Julliard. And hopefully, oh, here he is, there he is. Good morning, Kell. Yes, he is our organist extraordinaire and mindfulness instructor with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. Good morning, Kell.
Good morning, Suzanne. Great to be here as always with you and everybody.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you here this morning, and nice to see everyone joining. We, as always, if you're new, a special welcome to you. And the way we work in the mornings is we typically start off with a question for the group to get everyone chatting. And then Kell will share some thoughts with us. And we have time for questions afterwards. He'll share some thoughts with us and then lead a guided practice of about 12 minutes. And then we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your screen and open up the chat, and there you'll have an opportunity to click the drop-down menu, and that drop-down menu can give you the chance to click on everyone, and everyone will see your comments as you type them. And yeah, and if anybody has any general questions, you're more than welcome to type those in the chat as they come up, just anything related to practice or anything that comes to your mind. So that's an offering. And I wanted to, one more reminder, as we've mentioned on a couple of the other sessions, if you haven't been with us, on May 12th, we're going to do a kickoff of a 4-week meditation challenge running from May 16th to the 10th of June, based on Dr. Amishi Jha's research and her book, Peak Mind. And her book suggests that 12 minutes a day for 5 days a week for 4 weeks is kind of the sweet spot to show measurable changes in the brain and in relation to the meditation practice. And the best way to support those changes is to continue that meditation. So the sessions will be offered during the week, 5 days a week. So we have that opportunity for folks to continue their practice. So that's just a little reminder, and we'll continue to share some more information about that. So Kell, what question do you have to ask this morning?
Well, in light of our theme today of new life emerging, the question is, what new thing has emerged in your life this spring? No agenda on my part about what kind of new thing you want to share, but just reflect for a moment and put in the chat, what new thing has emerged in your life this spring?
Sounds good. What an intriguing question. Yeah, I could start. I have a neighbor who has a garden plot that he's going to be traveling, and he's offering us to use his garden plot. So I haven't ever planted vegetables or anything like that. So we're in the midst of learning a little bit more about that, which I'm really looking forward to. So how about you, Kell? Anything?
Well, we're still in the thick of renovations, so a new deck is emerging this spring in my life, and I'm hoping the construction noise doesn't intrude on our meditations today. That's one thing, but also, since you mentioned organ playing, I'm planning on giving an organ recital, and it's really in early June, and it's really sparking new insights into what music means, and the conversations we have across time with composers, with our own inner spirit. It's just been really a rich exploration. So that's another new thing that's been emerging. And I see in the chat, feeling of hope, business evolving, a Labrador retriever. Wow, gave birth to nine puppies. Wow. Learning to play guitar, and yes, incredibly challenging. I took up the pipe organ at 70. so I can appreciate the challenges of learning to play a musical instrument. Um, and going back to childhood favorite of walking on trails, visits from old friends. Gee, just rich, wonderful stuff in this chat today.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, shall we go into our practice?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So in light of the new emerging, that's what the practice is going to be related to today. So take a moment to check in with your body and the space and come into a posture that really supports being present and aware. So typically that's upright spine in a comfortable, easy, natural way and a relaxed body. So just finding our way to that posture together. And let's take a moment to simply rest in open awareness. In open awareness, we just recognize that we're alive and aware in this moment. There's no need to block any aspect of experience. Thoughts and feelings, sensations of all kinds can arise and pass away, come and go. We don't either cling to them or block them or chase after them. You just let them come and go as we recognize we're aware and alive in this moment. If you notice that you've become lost in thoughts and feelings, going back to the past or into the future, well, once you notice that, you're already back. And simply bring awareness again to the spacious quality of awareness itself. Just knowing you're aware in this moment. Awareness is one of the unrecognized miracles of our life. It's part of our basic goodness. It can't be created or destroyed. It's our birthright. It's always with us. But like sand that is wet, we don't see the water. If we let the water drain out of the sand, we recognize, wow, it's pure, it's clear. We see what we've been missing all day long. And in this space of awareness that we're recognizing right now, the other qualities of our basic goodness emerge. So just notice that we're all here today because we're seeking happiness. So right now, what keeps us present and meditating is our wish to be happy, which is love. So just notice the love that is present naturally right now. And which guides us all the time, emerging ever new to respond to whatever is going on in our lives, guiding us to find happiness. Also present in awareness is compassion, our wish to be free from suffering. See if you can notice how we're all here because we believe that this mindfulness and meditation will help us live a life that's freer from suffering, from discomfort, from a lack of ease. So we're here because of compassion. It's present right now, always guiding us. Just notice that compassion that's naturally here. And in this space of awareness, wisdom is also present. Wisdom is present in all of us because we've recognized that meditation and mindfulness can be a profound force for good in our lives. And that is wisdom. And wisdom is also with us in every moment. It guides us to select the clothes we put on in the morning, what to say to our friends and family, how to get to work or the grocery store. Wisdom is guiding us and emerging new in response to every moment. So just recognize the wisdom that's here right now, spontaneously. And the last quality to bring awareness to is our capability, our ability to affect change, to exercise our wisdom in action. It's your capability that keeps you meditating in this moment. Your capability that brought you to the computer and navigated to this Zoom experience. And again, it's present, arising in response to the new of whatever is happening in each moment, always with us as part of our basic goodness. So just take a moment to recognize the capability that is effortlessly here right now in all of us. And now let the mind simply rest in open awareness as it is with all these qualities effortlessly present as part of the basic goodness that can never be taken away from us. Just letting the mind rest. Okay, that concludes our meditation for today. In light of our theme of the new emerging, I just wanted to share that, in a sense, with awareness, it's always spring, that these qualities are emerging new in response to what's going on in every moment. So I loved the new things that everybody shared in the chat. And there's a newness that we can tap into all the time.
Thank you, Cal. Yeah, and the reminders were so inspiring that she brought into the practice. You know, that as new things evolve, we have these resources that we don't think about on a regular basis. This spontaneous wisdom of knowing, you know, how to evolve as this present moment awareness continually changes. And the capabilities we have. I think that is such a nice foundation for our practice. So thank you for that.
So if participants have anything helpful to share in the chat about their experience with that meditation, questions or comments or insights, we'd love to hear them. Yeah. I want to come back to Kristen's chat that we didn't get to read before about the new that was emerging for her as inspiring confidence in herself and her daughters, teaching her to rethread a bike chain remotely this morning. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, that's, you know, you think about things that you're used to being in person for, how that's not a natural inclination, I wouldn't imagine. So that's
Right.
good
Yeah,
on you.
having had to figure out how to rethread a bike chain by myself, on the street, it's really nice to think of someone guiding me in that process.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I think coming back to our inherent goodness is such a nice reminder, that all of these practices, all these qualities support our practice.
Yeah. Um, uh, I see Tara has asked a question in the chat. Is there a difference between mindfulness and awareness? I think that's a great question. And, I think in common parlance, there's not much difference. In the research literature, there's an article that diagrams out how when we say mindfulness, there are 16 different dimensions people can be talking about. So mindfulness is actually quite multifaceted. But often people think when they think of mindfulness, there's kind of a sense of an intentional bringing awareness back to something, to the present moment. The moment of mindfulness is, yes, I want to be present. And there's a sense of maybe a little bit of effort. And one of the things I like about the word awareness is that there's this sense of just, no effort required. Awareness just is. Are you aware right now? Well, yeah, duh, I'm aware right now. It's just there without effort. And so that's one of the reasons why I really like the word awareness. But mindfulness is great too. It's whatever works for you, whatever is inspiring and appealing. That's the word that you should use.
Yeah, I agree. And awareness implies to me as well, building on what you've already said, Kell, is that openness, that ability to feel like we can be aware of so many different things during our our days or during our meditation, and it's just a feeling of restfulness and openness.
So Kristen put in the chat, she liked when I reminded us all that the desire for happiness is love, and that we all want that. It's sort of present in every moment, which we often don't recognize. And I wanted to mention what neuroscientists keep reminding us of is this built-in negativity bias of our brains, that to survive in those caves and savannas that our ancestors lived on, that they had to be really vigilant about threats, so that we're sort of programmed to zoom in on the negative and deal with that. And in that environment, the negative was quick and it went away once you dealt with it. But in our environment, we're constantly being bombarded by the negative with news and Facebook and pings and so emails and things at work, things at home. So it's just really important to recognize that even that negativity bias is motivated by loving kindness and compassion, and that those are more fundamental, and that we actually need to take action by savoring the positive to counteract that built-in negativity bias.
Yeah, and that negativity is there in some ways to protect us.
Absolutely.
It's not like if we find ourselves going there, we can see okay, thank you, for my mind reminding me that I need to protect myself, but I'm good for now.
So I see a question in the chat. Is mindfulness focused awareness? Absolutely. That is a wonderful way of saying it. Because awareness can be like a light that just shines in every direction. Whatever comes into it, is illuminated, but we can also focus it on a particular object, like our breath, or the feeling of an emotion in the body, or a thought, any sensation in our environments. So awareness has this amazing quality that it can be a very narrow beam, or a completely broad, relaxed, almost a space of light that's just illuminating itself and everything else.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, and I've Kristen's mentioned about reflecting on a challenging situation, and that everyone is always seeking, the other person is always seeking that ease, that, sometimes the word happiness can have some, can have some feelings of, just that it's always there and that we're seeking this nirvana, but that sense of ease, I like that, or contentedness. That everybody's really looking for the same thing. So you can give people a pass on some things that might annoy us or trigger us.
Right. And in line with that, I mean, I think it's important for each person to find what word works best for them in the moment for love. Sometimes it can be success or health, or, I mean, happiness is a good one, but yeah, it's really important to frame these things in ways that really speak to us and really inspire us.
Yeah, this is just a wonderful conversation. It's so nice to have everyone chiming in on their thoughts related to this, and that we're continually learning together about how these different practices, how we can live with them and continue to help them evolve in our lives and bring mindfulness to our lives. So thank you for this practice, and for bringing your thoughts to us, and as far as these, emerging new things in our lives, and how this, how this, these practices and these inherent goodness qualities can support us.
It's always a pleasure, Suzanne, to be with you and the participants in this morning Zoom session. And we all need to be reminded of this basic goodness that, is there all the time. So we're reminding each other as we go,
Yeah.
which I really appreciate.
Thank you for the nice thoughts too, everyone. I'm still getting used to it. Well, thank you. Yeah, and nice to be with everyone this morning and to practice with all of you. We're grateful for you, Kell, to always bringing your wise and gentle practices to us. We're very grateful.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And we'll be here tomorrow at 8:30 with our webinar. Will be on Thursday, but our meeting format will be tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. So hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you again for joining us. See you soon.